Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of The Mediator. With me, your host, Brian West. Boy, do we have a good show for you tonight. We got I don't know if anybody's into politics, but we got Daniel Moore on the show tonight, and he's going to talk about the Trump effect in the middle class and getting things back on track to not only create jobs, but get people back into the working and just the spirit of just society and just getting back into active. So now, as the format of the show goes, I usually do a skit, and I usually go through the stories that made it through the week, the 8 stories, and then we talk, have some discussions. So let's get to the gist of the matter. Let's get to the top 8 stories that made it throughout the media, throughout the months and the weeks. All right, story number 1. Like I said, all stories are I only get these stories to inform you. They're never meant to offend anybody, and the jokes are they're not true. I just make them up. Story number 1. Now, a video of a robot committing suicide has went viral. Now, it says a robot video went viral because it appears as though the robot intentionally jumps into a pool of water to kill itself after standing security in an office building. Now, this is interesting. Now, nobody knows why this robot committed suicide, but sources are saying that the robot was depressed because he did not get the role in the next Star Wars movie. Story number 2. After an income tax was passed, the state GOP in Seattle encouraged locals to protest. This is amazing. It says a law taxing high-income earners in Seattle caught the attention of officials who later encouraged local residents to resist paying the tax. And this really happened. It says the tax was passed by the Seattle City Council and targets high-income earners. It's amazing. Now, I know what you're thinking, but don't worry. No tax supremacists showed up at the event. Story number 3, bringing back the paddle. Now, this is an amazing story. It says officials in Texas school district agreed to bring back the paddle to discipline their students who misbehave. Now, they have also been considering waterboarding for those students who really get under their skin. Story number 4, the Trump effect on the VA, Veterans Affairs. It says reports say that the VA has fired more than 500 employees since President Trump took office. Yes. They will also be replaced. Now, it says that he fired 500 employees. So this has been 500. I want you to get this through your head before I go to the sweetness of the joke. I had to review this. It said he fired 500 employees. Now, this has been since Trump. The VA has fired 500 employees since Trump took office. That's amazing. Now, don't worry, though. Don't worry. There's a solution to the problem. All right? Now, they will all be replaced with machines that say hello, goodbye, beep, beep, you are not forgotten. Veterans. Hard knock life. Story number 5. How to drop 30 days off of your prison sentence. Yeah, this made headlines. It says jails are now offering a deal to drop 30 days off of inmates' prison sentences if prisoners in White County, Tennessee have a vasectomy or get a birth control implant. It's amazing. Now, they will also be offering a 2-day delay on the electric chair if an inmate has a sex change. Story number 6. Headed to jail for tricking a friend to have sex with her. Yeah. Now, it seems that a British woman will be facing some time after she tricked her blindfolded friend into having sex with her while she wore a fake penis. And these stories can be amazing. I mean, sometimes you just sit back and you're like, they did that? Now listen, no one knows what version of the Wizard of X she had been watching before the incident. Vex. Story number 7 in the final 2 stories that made it in the Mediator this week. A Canadian man is in defiance of city officials. Well, he was in defiance of city officials because I guess the park stairs, they wanted to spend over 65 grand on a park stairs, and he basically defied them by only spending 550. Now the story reads, a retired mechanic and a homeless man, they rebuilt some stairs at a Canadian park that people kept falling down on. Now the project was estimated to cost 65 grand to between $65,000 and $150,000. But the man only paid $550 when he decided to do it himself. So he basically slashed the budget. Now, sources say that the Trump administration will be offering the man a contract to build a wall between Mexico and the United States. All right, the final lucky 8-ball story that made it into the Mediator this week. Did Trump really want Spicer out as press secretary? This is circulating through the news, and it was circulating a few weeks ago. I'm sure once the show airs, it'll probably still be in the news. Now it says, after his resignation, Sean Spicer says that the president didn't really want him to go, but he resigned because he felt that there were too many cooks in the kitchen promoting the president's message. Now, I just want to warn you and let you know that no Americans were allowed to order what was on the menu from these cooks that were in the kitchen. So basically, nobody knows what's going on in the White House but Sean Spicer and the Trump administration. I want to thank you so much for tuning to the Mediator. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Like I said, we got a big show for you tonight. Daniel Moore, he made global news, not only for working for the Trump camp, but he's also met with figures like Mark Zuckerberg and other prominent figures from New York City, social activists. We'll be right back. You're on the Mediator with Brian West. Don't go anywhere. We're right back after this break.